Alrighty, folks, we're back. Back with more Dragon Age for you all to enjoy. Who are you? What are you? And to celebrate National Handmade Day, what would be your handmade gift you would give to someone? Just to say, I don't know, thanks. I would start with Rowan. Rowan is not there, so starting with Eden.
I'm here.
Okay.
I found my vape.
Okay, starting with Rowan.
Hi, I'm Rowan. I'm playing Juniper, a small cat creature who in real life is just over there. I was trying to find my vape because I woke up in a pickle and it was under my bed sheets. Handmade things, I suppose knitting.
Okay.
I keep doing that. That's probably it. Oh, that's nearly fallen off the needle. Okay.
Okay. Anything particular knitting or just knitting in general?
Well, right now I'm still on scarves because I'm terrible at knitting. I would like to be able to do other things. Someone wants a hat. I've never made a hat before. I'm going to try the hat. And then maybe tiny baby jumpers. That looks like fun and also small. And I don't think I'll have many opportunities to put holes in it. So it might be okay. Apart from that, the most fancy thing I've done so far is a scarf with a dinosaur on it.
Fantastic.
Quite proud of that one.
Alright, well, Eden.
Hello, I'm Eden. My character's Wraith, Teventa, Mage, Mortician, and all the rest of that. And I'm glad you clarified what you meant by handmade, because I was like, are you talking about handmaid's like Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah.
And I didn't know where we were going
Have
for
a
a brief
moment.
second there. So,
Oh, hello, really.
but as far as actual things made by hand that I like,
Oh, say hi.
a nice home-cooked meal. Just a solid roast. It's been a hot minute since I've had a roast, actually. That would be nice.
It's good shout. Amy.
Hi, I'm Amy. I play Ruth Yosef, our very grumpy healer, and homemade. Probably either cooking for someone or drawing a picture. Though it has been years since I drew anything, and now Crowley is running around screaming at me. What?
It's like you could make things for me, mother.
Just ran up the stairs to shout at the dad now. Let me out!
I need to go get my ham. Alright, and finally we have back.
Hi, I'm Bach. I play Tristan, a rogue ranger. This is Rory. And
Baby.
when you say when you say handmade, do you mean like physically made it, like it, or like on computer? Does computer count as handmade?
It could be if you made it
Yeah, I think
yourself.
so.
I make graphics for friends. This is for their like roleplay stuff.
Cool.
That's
Awesome.
very good.
Awesome. Alright. Well, as I'm sure you're all aware, he is here. Being sleepy as ever. But what happened last time?
What did happen last time? I wasn't here.
I think you were here last time. Actually, no, you weren't here last time we did something. That was the tower.
Oh, shit. Yes.
That went so
Is
badly.
this the tower that blew up
Yes.
because of the guy that we rescued and
Yep.
was unconscious, and so we just put him on the ground for 5 minutes, looked away, and he set the building on fire. It was not our fault for once.
Yeah, that was it. You went beneath the sort of dungeons beneath White Spire, I think it was, and
Yeah, that was it.
you released the man who'd been held by the Templars, and then you met a fabricant that caused you to run away.
Yeah, it was in a pile of bodies in my defense.
Oh, okay. That is.
And then I was running around like a headless chicken.
I
While people tried to
I
get the
vaguely
thing
remember. I
off
think
of
you
me.
stabbed him, and he just started screaming at the blade that you'd stabbed him with, and then
Yeah, and
this
then I
caused the
stabbed
rest
myself trying to get it out.
Yeah.
I think.
and then you ran away, and then you met the guy who you'd released, who was stacking barrels to try and explode the White Spire, and then because of the fabricant, you managed to blow up the White Spire, and then you just escaped to to a sort of small camp nearby where the Templars and the sort of mages from White Spire were slowly making their way up north.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
it. And then we got drunk.
Yep.
And then the end.
Yep. All right.
Nobody wants to tell Ruth.
All right. Well, we should continue from
Ruth's
there.
just gonna think of all those books that have been burned.
The White Spire is now a sort of burning shell of what it formerly was. Okay, so you basically, again, you wake up in this camp. You find that they are trying to move along. The mages are taking a long time to get moved anywhere, but they are trying it's trying its best to sort of shuffle them along, make them head up, because the Canary are coming, and you need to be up there on the front line to be dealing with that. So as you sort of awaken, you sort of pack your stuff up in the cart, and you follow on this caravan of not refugees, but sort of like conscripted mages. You see in the distance, you see smoke billowing into the sky. What do you want to do?
Is it the same direction as the White Spire?
It's the opposite direction from the White Spire.
Okay, Grant, it's not the White Spire.
Makes a change to see smoke coming from up ahead rather than behind. Look behind at the smoking white spires. Doesn't bode well, though, does it? Makes me think there's action taking place up ahead.
As you continue on, you see this. You go over this hill and you see in the distance this quite large sort of manor house completely ablaze on fire, and 3 or 4 Templars standing in front of it, sort of chanting something quite loudly at the burning remains.
Can we tell what they're chanting from here?
You're still quite far away. You can just see this because of the bright light of the fire. You can just make out obvious Templar armor standing in front of it.
We don't really want to get too close, I suppose.
No.
Ruth and Wraith, as ever, Templars, not a good mix.
Tiny men, scary.
Yeah, I know the Grey Wardens are immune to the Templars and things like that, but I don't think we carry much weight right now.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna poke someone and go, stab?
No. We'll just carry on past as quietly and inconspicuously as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, if we're looping around, can we try and maybe stay relatively within eye line of the building? I'd like to get a look and see if there's hints of was the building attacked? Is there hints that Darkspawn got to it or something? Anything like that?
Okay.
Or was it a house of mages? Don't trust. Ruth's just like, nope, don't trust him. Don't trust him at all.
So as you get closer, you're just part of, as I said, part of this sort of procession. As you get close enough, a couple of groups in front of you are stopped by some Templars near the building. So you stop and you get a better look now. You can see the building looks like quite an old sort of Orlesian noble house that is fully burning down. There must have been some kind of accelerant used because it's properly on fire. And also hanging from the tree nearby seems to be 3 bodies that seem to have been hung.
You want me to go scope them out?
Well, if we can find out if those are mages, potentially, that'll answer the question of maybe if this was a den of mages. If they've been stringing them up.
Alright. So you sort of scoot, Jennifer sort of scoots over, and she examines the bodies. As soon as she even gets remotely near them, she can smell very expensive Orlesian perfumes and stuff. This is definitely not mages and seems to be some kind of noble.
Do they jingle when I poke them?
Yes, they do.
Okay, can I find out where the jingling is coming from and steal the jinglies?
Yes, you can. You
Wonderful.
you look through their you sort of scoot through their pockets. You find a couple of small bags of coins. You find a couple of like bracelets and rings that are still on their fingers. You do get quite a few valuables from them, and as you sort of pocket and you check all of them and pocket all of them, you make your way back towards the cart with your small bundle of loot.
I'm going to literally just go inside the cart because I don't want the Templars seeing what I've done. I don't know if anyone else is inside the cart or if they're out the front or walking beside or...
I think it's kind of all around. You're waiting for the Templars to sort of wave the group in front of you through.
Okay. I'm going to hide inside the cart then.
Okay. Alright, so as the group in front of you gets waved through, and the Manny brings the cart up towards these Templars, you just get the simple, what is your business? What are you bringing forth in the procession of troops? Have you got, what are you carrying?
Wraith is definitely in the back of the thing right now. Sitting on the bath with his hands on top with a certain amount of protectiveness, let's say.
We don't bring anything but ourselves. We're Grey Wardens. We're not with the Templars here.
You're one of them. Well, make yourself useful. Do you have anything? Do you have anything to? And he sort of turns to look at the sort of blaze behind him that's like it's beginning to start collapsing internally, and he just turns around and goes, "Actually, no, never mind. Just make your way along. Do you know where you're going? I assume you're meeting up with the rest of the Grey Wardens."
Well, we got separated, so we're not quite sure where they are. Do you have that information?
They are somewhere to the north. If you just follow the road, you'll find them.
All right.
And he sort of looks at you as if he's trying to work something out by looking at you, but he's not sure what to think of it.
It's just gonna glare back at him.
Yes.
And he goes, all right, let them pass. And the barrier starts lifting, and you start making your way forward.
Can I peek out the window at the house
Mm-hmm.
and like try and work out if there's anything burning in there that looks suspicious? Can I?
Yep. You look as you go past. You see through the window there are still several quite expensive art pieces and like tapestries and stuff that are just all on fire. It seems like they've not taken anything out of the house. They've just chucked fireballs and made it very much on fire very, very quickly without taking anything out.
Don't really want to nick those, not gonna lie, from a burning building. Is there like magic? I don't think I've got detect magic, but
No,
I don't.
it's very much oil fire in this case.
Okay.
You can smell now that you're a lot closer to it.
Rare that rich people get put on fire.
Next questions are what they might be involved with.
Is the fire a peculiar colour?
No.
Like purple?
No, just seems to be burning, and as you slowly make your way away from it, you hear the sound of the sort of top beam collapsing and the whole building like falling inwards.
Yeah, I'm not very keen to go in there.
Yeah, I don't think. I think the roof's just wanting to get them through this part as quickly as possible. He doesn't like the fact that the guy was talking about. He didn't have a idea where the Grey Wardens could be if they've came this way. Just a vague direction.
I'm kind of curious.
Direction we got. Sorry.
Oh, I'm kind of curious if all the bodies strung up look like adults.
Yeah, they were all adults.
Human, I'm guessing?
Yep.
I'm gonna probably go to back with my jinglies inside the carriage, if back's inside the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm just gonna be like, here, plonk. All the nice stuff.
Yeah.
And they're
You
people.
you look through the jewelry that's there. You find that they seem to be talking about an Orlesian noble called Montford.
Do we know that name?
Sounds familiar. But I don't remember why it sounds familiar.
Weren't we looking for a guy's father as we travelled?
Trying to remember if you were looking for a guy's father.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I'm sure
If Buffy doesn't remember, it's not part of the story today. I think we're good.
Okay, then that's fine.
But yes, all the jewellery seems to either mention the name Montford or have family crests in a very fancy Orlesian style.
That doesn't really answer any questions as to why they were strung up.
Because Templars, they like mostly do that shit to magic users, right?
Yeah.
They don't do it for Viva la that word.
They're mainly peacekeepers. If they do, there's usually like if it's a city, there's usually like a city guard that hands out that kind of judgment, like hangings and things like that. But in like smaller villages, sometimes it's the few Templars. If it has a chantry, it'll be the few Templars that usually enforce the peace and like they pay people to like get rid of bandits and stuff.
Okay. It doesn't look like they were bandits.
Well, there's no ruling out corruption. You never know if somebody might have taken a look at those landed gentry and thought, you know what, none of that anymore. But
It might have been that
would be
they
my first
were.
round, I guess, but
Yeah. It might have been that they were conspiring with like the Quinari or something.
Definitely weren't conspiring with the Darkspawn, so.
No.
How would you conspire with the Darkspawn?
I mean, there are
Hello,
some
Darkspawn, would you like to corrupt something?
there are some sentient ones.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
less said about that brood mother, the better. I remember that picture. I think if we want to know more about specifically why they've done this, we're going to have to either ask the Templars or is there anybody else nearby that is maybe camping or anything like that that might have witnessed something?
There's a couple of sort of local guards that are not well. You can tell the sort of local militia that have been dragged in rather than Templars because they're nowhere near as armored or shiny or paying as much attention. Most of them seem to either picking their nose or sort of standing around looking quite bored. There's a couple of them on the way past if you want to talk to them.
I think Back should be the one because the rest of us are a Tevinter, a cat, and an elf.
Yeah.
You're Aragon. You can speak to the world of men.
Quite literally. I don't think they're going to listen to me. I don't think they're going to like Wraith, and I don't think they're going to even trust Wraith. So
Yeah. They think I'm a servant.
they think I'm probably a demon. Meow meow.
Meow.
Wait, I still got one.
The Tevinter's pet.
I am a familiar that carries out dark deeds.
Stab,
Of
stab,
murder.
stab, stab, stab. Alright, so as
Alright, so I'll go up to someone.
Okay, so you sort of slow the cart down and you stop at a group of them. As you sort of nod to one of them, he goes, "Alright, hey, can I help you?"
Yeah, we're wondering what happened here.
Oh, well, you know, them noble fellers have been conspiratorian. That's the word, innit? Aye, the conspiratorian with them canary fellers. So, you know, the Templars had a wee word, and apparently it was quite bad.
So, interesting. They had proof that they were conspiratorians.
Oh, I don't really know about that. All I know is he turned up, and then there was something um, weird going on, and then the fellow got dragged out, and he was screaming that just because he spoke Kunlat didn't mean he's no traitor. But then the Templars sort of strung him up, you see.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I see.
What could be around as proof that they were doing that? Like papers or
Artifacts. A banner on the roof saying "I love the canary."
Mm.
But that could be
Iron
why
door
they burnt it
bungalow.
down. Get rid of evidence. Burn it down. Get rid of evidence, or lack of evidence, and which might be the case.
Yeah.
but if it is fake,
So what can we even do about it? Like,
Yeah.
we
They're
could
dead.
probably bring the Templars to justice too.
like, and is that even a smart plan?
Take on the Templars and us.
Yeah. And if the Canary are descending from the north, it's one of those enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of situations, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like we can even save anyone by trying to do justice.
At this point, one of the Templars goes, "Yo!" And the guy you're talking to goes, aye? He goes, "Come here." And he sort of huddles over, and he sort of pushes a sort of pile of papers into the chest of this guy. He goes, "Take them to... You're taking these to the north, to the camp. Make sure they're safe. Do not lose them. They're very important. Right. On your way. Do I get a horse or anything? No? Fuck off."
Oh, we're going off. Would you like to ride with us, good sir?
Yeah.
The Templar gives you a look going, "I don't trust them. I suppose they've got past the checkpoint." He just turns around and goes back to what he's doing, where just seems to be watching the last sort of embers of the house burn down.
Up in the back.
Your friend now gets on the cart with you, and goes, "I don't really know what this is. It's some sort of paperwork. I don't speak this, sir. You know what any of this is?"
Oh, I'm quite learned in words. Pass that to me. Yes, and I'll have a quick once over.
I'm going to get you a t-shirt that says "Learned in Words."
Ruth's cackling.
Learn it in
Learned
words.
in words.
Seeing all these smiles and held back guffaws, there's a narrowing of eyes. You bloody lawyer so many times.
So yes, he just hands you the papers. You look through. Some of them are written in a very obvious Elysian script, which is very neat, very elaborate. Lots of curly letters and such like. Some of it seems to be written in a more blocky-like text, and some of it seems to be written in what you're vaguely aware is Kunari or Kunlat.
Are these ostensibly three different hands, or is this one person writing in three different styles, do I think?
You could probably say it looks like the same person writing in three different styles.
Okay. Oh, I'll relay that to them and just be like, well, it's quite a fine hand, at least to begin with here, and well, as you can see, it's a little bit more standardized characters here, and at the bottom, definite Canary language. I assume that was the main cause for concern from the Templars.
Okay. As you flick from page to page, you see the third page is just a list of names.
Do I recognize any of these names?
You do not, though you recognise that some of the locations written next to them all seem to be dotted around Orlais.
Seems there's a list of possible, I would have to assume maybe conspirators, people in the network here listed. They're all over Orlais. If this means what I think it might, and this is co-conspirators, then there's an entire network down.
So that's a bad thing, right?
Well, you live here, don't you?
Well, somewhere near here.
Well, yes, it's a bad thing on that basis, and, well, I understand the importance of your mission now. Well, I think we should assist this man to our utmost, and, well, hopefully the Grey Wardens we're looking for might be along the...
Alright. So as you continue, you're just continuing up the roads and have anything else they want to discuss about this paperwork as we're going on?
I can't read. I don't think I'm much help.
Just at the front, but he'll come down into the thing once they stop for a rest.
What does it actually say, though? What does the Quinlat say? Does anybody speak Quinlat?
No.
No, we're only enough to understand a couple of words here and there, but no sentences, and... Oh, yeah, sorry. Not quite that learned in words.
When's your birthday, Eden? Send
You got a long wait on that one.
Yeah, it's just bad.
I will store it in my brain files then for Secret Santa.
Alright.
It would be ideal to know what the Quinlat says. That might give us a little bit more to go on. Is the messenger? What is your name, by the way?
I'm Daniel.
Daniel. All right. Can't really call you messenger the entire way.
What? Oh, well, that's quite a nice title. I kind of like that.
Well, that's what you're doing. You're carrying a message.
Oh, I like that.
I think you and Manny would make a good pair.
Some
I
might
ship
say
it.
we sound similar.
I would love to see you voice act a conversation between Manny and Daniel now.
Manny and Danny.
Unfortunately, the names are too similar for me to be able to give them a cute ship name, so...
Hmm. This cat is shedding.
It's that time of year.
So yes, so you continue up north, and as you get, you kind of it's a long winding path. But as you get further up north, eventually you see another. In the distance, you see the sort of signs of smoke starting. And as you get over the hill, you see another quite large manor house that it looks like it's just been set on fire. What do you want to do?
Is it on the map?
It is on the map.
Is it one of the locations that was listed as potentially what I identified as the co-conspirators, or?
No.
Okay. Is there what's the attitude of the Templars that are doing this? Is it like fervorous kind of like any of that, or is it like a solemn thing? Like how are they going about?
At the moment, they seem to be. There's like two or three people who seem to have been strung up nearby, and again they just seem to be like quite cold and just staring at this building as they've just set it on fire.
Do we meet another, like roadblock?
Yes.
Okay.
How many are there?
It's sort of it's a bit smaller than the last one, but it does seem to just be the guards this time don't seem to be as fussed about checking people as they were the time before. They just seem to be sort of like, yeah, unless anything draws attention to them, they're just going to let everyone go past.
Is there any locals that we can see?
There's one or two sort of standing around that look like they're next to a cart which seems to have been brought all the oil to sort of fill the place up to light it.
Again, Ruth's just gonna.
What's with the house burning? Is nobody going to put it out?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just really here to bring the oil. The Templars ask us to come with them to bring all this oil with them, just to make sure that, there's enough if needed. And apparently this one there was, so that's about 8 barrels of oil in there.
No, I'm not in the custom of burning down houses. Is that a lot?
Well, they say a small pot of oil could burn a house down, so if anything, it's overkill.
Good God. It is a bit overkill. They must have wanted to destroy...
Templars, they like making sure it's gonna happen.
I think they're doing more than that.
They don't want something to be found.
So, how much is this place on fire?
It's just kind of starting, but the fire is beginning to get quite fierce.
I don't fuck around with fire typically. Is there a good incentive for me to run inside and have a quick peek around? Can I see anything, basically? That I can run in 2 minutes and come back out relatively unburned.
The fire seems to mostly be the upper floors that are burning, but the fire, as it's sort of catching pockets of oil, more and more bits of it seem to be catching fire.
The thing is, this thing can set completely on fire within 5 minutes, so I'm not too keen on going in.
No, I can't blame you. A wooden building, assuming that's probably what it's mostly made out of, if it's gone up that fast, that ain't going to be long for the world.
My brain's going to that video of the football stadium that was in the 80s. And you can see, one little bit of smoke, and then 5 minutes later it's people are on fire and rolling around on the grass. That one. You know the one. The one they showed all the fire training. Yeah. I don't fuck around with it.
I get set alight in every single campaign. So.
Stand far back. Keep those roads clear of the fire.
And there's too many. There's people around as well, so it's not like you're not going to be noticed springing and jumping out of a flaming building.
Yeah. I'm shifty and hard to spot, but I'm not that hard to spot. I need to be in shadows, really, and there's not a lot of them when there's fire. Is there anything, really obvious through the window that, we need to be looking at for the campaign, Pupsky?
For the campaign, no, not really.
Okay, great.
You look through the window again, it seems to be full of a lot of quite obvious old antiques and finery. Again, they've not seemed to have emptied anything before they set it on fire.
So the last one had family crest. Does this one have a different crest then?
It does.
Okay.
Do we recognize it?
Yeah, is it one that we recognize?
I don't think so. Because I don't have because there's nothing on the wiki about what the actual crest look like. I know I'm probably missing it. There's nothing really I can tell you about it.
Okay.
Just that it's another noble family.
Okay.
Can we ask the guards if they've got anything they want us to pass along to the northern thingy as well? Maybe that might be a thing.
Yeah, we could do that.
Deliver it straight to the Grey Wardens.
Yes.
So where to to bring this? They just said north.
That's true.
Okay.
The commander at the last camp asked us to deliver this messenger. I'm assuming if you have any correspondence for the north, we're traveling that way.
Oh, from the north. Well, there's not really much to pass on, apart from we won't need any more oil coming down this way.
No?
Well, there's not really much below here, is there?
I'm not sure. I've not been this far north, to be fair.
Oof, fishy boy. Well, well, I think that anything we've got left should probably just take to them Grey Wardens.
Ah, have you got a location for them then?
Oh, they're up by they're up Doral's Reach, just past Cherno.
Doral's Reach. Any good directions for approaching that?
Oh, just follow the road. It's just up there.
Oh, all right. Is there a lot of them?
Well, there's some. I think they're expecting more to turn up from somewhere, but I'm not really sure where.
All right.
Cool.
Well, thank you very much for the information.
Cool. I guess we keep going up.
All
Right,
right.
Manny, you heard the man.
Anyone's got any objections?
I want to find Yevon. I really want to find Yevon.
Okay.
Authority, tell us what to do.
We need a sensible.
Boss man.
Alrighty. So you head further further along the road. Eventually, you come to another small village. I thought a more notable village this time. There's a manor house that has not been burned. It's just there. But you see there's a couple of Templars discussing angrily with what looks like a man in finery. What do you want to do?
Ask what's going on.
One of the Templars just turns and goes, "This is not anything to do with you. Go away."
Okay, there are shadows here. I'm going to sneak out and quickly pop into the building because it's not yet on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it kind of is our business, given that there's 2 other places burning and nobody seems to know why. Because we don't want to admit that we've read the messages.
It's turn around to you and they go, What do you mean by the place is burning? There are no important places burning."
To the 2 houses we've passed in the past couple of places.
Oh, so the traitors were found there. That's good to know.
Traitors?
Yes, traitors.
Oh, what kind of... Who on earth is going to betray us to the Darkspawn?
It's narrow as that Darkspawn. We're talking about the Canary.
Canary are still north of us. Are they not?
They're technically to the west. East or west. I can't remember which one it is. On this
West.
side of the map.
West. West?
West.
Good quest.
I think it's the west. If it's
Oh
clockwise,
no, it's east. It'd be east. Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
it's east then. Yeah, they can area to the east. And he goes, and this fellow here, and he just turns to look at the very angry noble that's got his hands on his hips and saying, is betraying us to the Tevinter.
Why did you do that?
And the man just goes, I've done no such thing.
Oh, well, explain why he's getting confused then.
Well, I don't know. He just turned up one day and said, "You've got a Tevinter wife. You must be on in cahoots with the Tevinter."
Who's your wife?
Well, she's Tevinter, yes, but that's nothing to do with it.
Yes, people assume too much, that's for sure.
At this point, the Templar clocks Wraith and goes, "I see you travel with Tevinter too."
He's a Grey Warden.
I see.
Give him the old rest.
Good. As he was about to say, "Can he prove?" But you show him the rest, and he kind of goes, "Oh, I see you've got. Well, how do I know that's not done by some cheap?"
Ruth shows
imitation.
his. Ruth shows his.
Because I've got the same one, and we were there on the same day.
Yes, all above board, I rest assured.
We're meeting our commander Yevon at the front
Oh,
lines.
you're friends with that short bastard.
He's our boss.
Well, we'll find him in the fortress up the road.
Really?
He doesn't listen to anything we have to say. He doesn't understand the Chantry's position in this place.
To be fair, Yevon's on the side of the living.
Yes, that's what they all say. I don't think any of them know how to prioritize. We've got the Tevinter coming from the north, we've got the Canary coming from the east, we've got the Darkspawn coming from the south, and nobody knows how to get priorities. But priorities we get with the traitors. And he just turns back to look at this man again, who starts making sort of noises.
Have I
Oh,
spotted anything
Luther.
of interest?
You
Baby.
Could you stop me out, please? Could you stop me out, please? Come up here and
You
stop
made
me out.
vaguely dog-like noises. Rah, 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 rah.
You look around the house. There's a lot of very obvious Orlesian finery. There's a lot of Tevinter finery as well, like a lot of very distinct, almost mage-like, artifacts and things that do seem to pulse very lightly with magic.
Is anything like standing out? Like paper on it saying, "Hello, I am a traitor," or I can't read, so that's
You
not
can't
really
read,
helpful.
so-
Blood sacrifices.
Yeah,
do I
do I
see blood splatters? Do I smell anything dead?
There's no obvious like signs or smells or such like that. There is a lot of magical artifacts here, though. Like a
Okay.
lot of magical artifacts. Like even you're feeling how many magical artifacts are in this house.
I like to think that Julie puffs up with static when around too much magic. Is any of it standing out, calling to me, whispering my name in forgotten languages? I don't know.
Small enough can fit in your jacket.
As you're sort of looking
Yeah.
around for things, you do find several very shiny looking knives that are on display
okay.
cases on the walls that seem to be glinting with various colours.
Great. Yep. I'll take a couple of them.
Yeah. It just looks like, yeah, his wife's Tevinter and has some shinies, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'll just quietly dink out a window with my new knickknacks and
Okay, that's fine.
scuttle back onto the cart.
As you leave, you hear the sound of several Templars coming into the house and looking around.
Yep, I'm skedaddling back.
Quietly into the cart.
Yep.
The Templar and the the man sort of argue quite a lot about stuff outside. After the Templars have entered, you see them eventually, after a couple of minutes, frog marching this quite angry-looking middle-aged woman who's very, very tall and lanky out of the house, and she's protesting quite loudly. He goes, "Are you telling me this woman is completely free of any sort of suspicion? Well, that's my wife. You leave my wife alone."
What's going on here? Unhand this woman right now. As a fellow countryman, I stand and I wish to learn more before you take action. Not all of us are out here performing blood magic or whatever it is you've accused her of.
Yeah, what have you accused her of? What evidence do you accuse her with?
The Templar that was really talking just turns around to you, narrows his eyes, and goes, "See, this is the problem. The guilty always talk about what evidence. It's very much proof of your guilt."
Asking for evidence is no proof of guilt. It's simply due process, sir. Has the rule of law already fallen here?
We are assigned to root out traitors, and I think we have found some. At this point, there's a shout from the Templars in the house, and he walks. When you're talking to, walks over.
Can I take a step back commensurate with his approach? It's just so that we stay at like the same distance. And no, you stay back there.
Is it worth just kind of scuttling the two rich idiots onto the car and fucking off? Because I think these Templars are going to burn down their house
No matter what. I mean,
I think they're also going to murder them as well.
Yeah.
Given the pattern.
Yeah. Just offer like, hey, would you like to join the Grey Wardens?
Yeah, I mean, we could conscript them.
True. I mean, we don't know right now much about the actual situation. We just know that the Templars aren't going through the process properly.
Yeah.
Which pretty much tells me that there is no process and they're just being like, you're foreign, we kill you.
Ruth's gonna round on the husband and be like, right,
You better spill whatever beans you've got before that dude comes back and kills both of you.
Beans? What's this about beans?
What are you hiding? Quickly.
I'm hiding? I'm not hiding anything.
Or what's she hiding?
Well, I don't know. I don't think she's hiding anything.
Madam?
The woman just kind of goes, I'm not hiding anything. I just have my personal collections of several of my favorite winter items.
Collection? What kind of collection?
Oh, well, my father was one of the high mages, so he was very much a fan of ancestral weaponry.
Right.
Weaponry, was he? Nice.
Oh, yes. What's some of the finest you'll ever find?
Are you versed in the same skills?
Oh, well, no. I just like the way they sort of shimmer.
So these people seem useless.
Completely.
what, innocent.
Yeah.
At this point,
Right. Madam, get on the cart.
Oh, we're going on a trip.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, yeah, they've got the idiot personality. Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
Worst they'll do is invite bandits in. Come on,
You
lads.
You don't speak Quinlat by any chance, do you?
Oh, I'm very much.
Oh, wonderful! I've got a transcription, and I'm
Wonderful.
I'm very rusty. If you could possibly help me with it, that would be
A
wonderful.
Templar nearby goes, you could speak Quinlat? Oh, yes. One of my favorite things to do is translate.
I think you'll find you're talking to me, sir. And I understand that you have not approached this correctly. And I'm going to get into a haughty lawyer kind of like, he's used to dealing with high-minded authority, so I'm just going to lean into it and just be like, you didn't even bring me bread. Get me my bloody bread. Go over there now. And I'm just going to order him and point him off, and then look around and everybody on the bloody cart, get him.
Right, okay, we're going.
All right. So
We
you,
have saved some
Kidnap
useless
the elderly
idiots.
couple. Have we just kidnap Granny and Grandad?
Yep. You kidnap
They're
the
technically middle-aged, they're about 40.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, I'm 40. Not that old.
All right.
I found my first fucking grey hair the other day. I'm not even 30 yet. It was glinting in the fucking sunlight.
You're first. Ah.
Ah.
It stands out though because my hair's this colour. Horrifying. It's like, Jesus, what the bloody hell's that? I'll show you a picture later.
Yeah. So you get them on the cart. The Templar that was talking to Wraith has disappeared. He returns several minutes later, holding, begrudgingly holding what looks like some sort of baguette. He's looking around for where Wraith has gone.
I think
Down the
we've already
trail.
fucked off.
Yep. And you leave on the cart as you just watch this sort of confused Templar just reappear into the area you were talking about, holding this baguette, going looking around for where you've gone. And as you're on this road going further up north, you hand this paperwork to the elderly woman, the sort of middle-aged woman to read. She goes, "Oh, lovely, lovely. Oh, well, this is a simple script. This is from a sort of more well, this is not true Quinlat, as we'd call it. This is what we'd describe as badly translated Quinlat, which is usually for someone that's been somewhat educated but not properly educated, like myself. I mean, the grammar problems in this is horrible. I mean, that does not belong there." She starts like scoring bits in the page, saying, "That's just wrong. That's just wrong. That doesn't go there."
Okay, we don't do that, Matt.
Can I hand
We're
her
not
my,
be a code.
evidence.
can
but
I
it
hand
might
her
be
my
a
red
code.
pencils specifically for crossing things out?
I mean,
Here
just
you
take
go.
all pencils
I
away
use
from
this
her.
one quite regularly for, well, never mind, but
So yeah, she uses your red pen to scribble bits on it, and then she goes, "Well, now we've fixed all those grammatical problems, we can read it."
Which says,
Oh, it talks about it talks about a group of Canary working in Orlais to try and lay down the defences and how best to well, it seems to talk about sort of for want of a better term, saboteurism.
Okay.
Yeah. So some of them were right. Some of them needed to be murdered, but
Why did they suspect you? Just because of the artifacts?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Who was suspecting me, dear?
No one, nothing. But tell me about these, weapons. These mastercrafts your granddaddy
Oh,
or your
well,
father.
there were a bunch of knives, especially. They're very good for sapping magical ability. It's a very expensive hobby, apparently, creating these things into Winter. But my father left me many of them. What are you
Can I,
doing?
like, poke Wraith, bring him into another room, and then just be like,
I mean, we're on the car. Ostensibly, there is no other room, but we can go out.
I like to think there's like a back room with the bath in it. So we're in the bathroom.
This car it's turned into either the chest from bloody Discworld or the TARDIS, one way or the other.
I
Okay,
imagine it's similar. It's big. It's nice.
long.
Has two rooms and
It's a long,
enough.
like, gypsy caravan.
Okay, you can drag me off then, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So in the tiny bathroom, Wraith can stand on the floor and I can stand in the bathtub and just hold up the things. Yep. Found them.
Oh, well, let me have a closer look at these.
So these things emit very strong magic. like very, very, very laced with magic. And
Do
you
I
see,
recognise a purpose for any of it?
well, written in very old script around the edge of the blade is some sort of rune marks. It seems that they're just basically meant for creating. Well, one of them seems to be made for creating dueling wounds, which basically means that it can have horrible wounds that you can immediately fix when, if someone gives up on the duel, as it were. And the other one is made for horrifically maiming someone. It looks like some sort of torture blade.
Okay.
This one's for hurting people but letting them get better, and this one's for finishing the job, Junie.
Okay. Pockets both.
As you walk back into the other room, you just hear it going. And my father's father was famed. He was in the council. He was one of the lead torturers.
Ruth is looking like completely enamored by these stories. He's like putting on a brave face, just being like,
And I bet he was a very interesting darts player.
Oh yes, he loved darts, especially I mean when you sort of make your own dartboard, as it were. It's very fascinating.
Make your own rules.
Yes, it's all these things that they used to do to keep each other amused. So it was all a wonderful idea. I mean, my family have gone back generations in doing this. At this point, you weren't into all this sadistic stuff, were you? She's like, oh no, Henry, no. I just find it fascinating.
Yeah, people enjoy the history of their families.
I feel like
They can at least be mildly useful to the Grey Wardens, like as translators and stuff. Like, we're not.
yeah, scholars.
yeah, bring them together and give them a job. Not doing anything too strenuous,
Yep. All right. And as you continue up the road, eventually you see this this quite elaborate looking like fortress on top of this hill. And as you get close, the gates have got this massive portcullis on it. And as you draw up, a figure leans over the top of the battlements and goes, "What's your business?"
They're looking for Yevon.
There's a sort of obvious sounds of him talking with someone. Did you say Yevon?
Yes.
Does,
Dwarf.
does he know you're coming?
No.
Again, they go back to the conversation. Then they come back on and go, but who are you?
Ruth, Wraith,
Ruth-
Juniper.
Ruth, Wraith,
And
Juniper, and Tristan. Okay. Is he meant to know who they are?
I should bloody well hope so. He sent us on a goose chase.
He ducks back in a second. It's about another minute or two before there's any noise. And he pops back out again. He don't know nothing about no goose chase.
He sent us on a mission. Tell him it's about Robin.
It goes back. He comes, and about 2 minutes later, you hear the sound of the portcullis being raised.
I'm sure I knew that would bloody well get him.
What do we do with Robin? I can't remember.
He's comatose.
He's still there.
He's
somewhere.
comatose. He's
Oh, is
comatose
he?
underneath the bath. Yeah, or he's in a cupboard. I can't remember which. I can't remember where we stuffed him.
He's been
Actually.
under the
I know
bath.
that he's. I just know that he's in a permanent coma unless we wake him up.
dearie me.
Forgot about that.
All right. So as you,
I have to assume we can feed and water this guy occasionally.
Yes, yes.
He's in
I
some
think we
real
do
trouble.
occasionally wake him up,
okay.
but he's usually got
Toilet, basically.
but he's usually I think we keep him on a short leash and then knock him out again after a while.
Basically, So as you pull
He's a
into
liability.
as you pull into this courtyard, there's a sort of bunch of people. There's quite a lot of people seem to be like working away and like preparing weapons and stuff. And as your car stops, you hear a familiar voice going, "All right, where the fuck are they?" And you see a very angry-looking dwarf that's got quite an obvious like scar across one eye, and most of his eye that's there seems to be very pale white, as in he's lost an eye. And he goes, "Right, where the fuck is Robin?"
Can I
And
run out and hug Yevon?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm running out and hugging him.
I know. Where the fuck have you been?
It's a long story. He sort of hugs you in a very kind of like, I great, but where's Robin? But
You need to lick his face.
we will carry on with the explaining of what happens with Robin next time.
Aw.
But yes, you have found Yevon. He is in Andorral's reach.
Yay! Yay!
That's a little
I'm
kitty
so
cat
glad.
mix.
I'm so glad we found Yevon finally.
I'm gonna groom his beard.
He's just sort of standing awkwardly, just like, aye.
I'm thinking the head keeps going back as the beard stretches out.
Oh dear. So,
You know,
Anyone
like cats are trying to lick something really long. Like,
Yeah, and he's like, and
oh god, I have so much patches on my arm hair now because the cat keeps licking my arm, and when he does, he just rips all the hair out. It's like huge patches of bald on my arm now from the cat. Anyway, don't have anything else to wish to add before we wind up this story for today.
I think we're all gonna get very drunk
Yeah.
Relief
before we have our debrief.
Grey Wardens, yeah.
Yeah,
lots of milk.
catching up with some of our comrades, swapping information, have some rumors for next week.
Find out what happened to Yevon's eye by the sounds of things.
Yeah. I bet you there's a couple of different stories.
The one he tells himself, and the one everyone else tells. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do us for today. Thank you so very much for watching along. Before we leave, just to get, as usual, just if you want to get some cheap math rocks or some wonderful things to augment your game, please you go to jimhammergaming.com or dndice.co.uk and use Penance RPG at checkout. You will get the monies off. Apart from that, Mr. Eden, are you doing any streams anytime soon?
Possibly during the week. Don't know. I'll have to play that by ear, but probably next Saturday, if not during the week.
Cool. Alrighty. I'm sure Rowan will join me this week for some of the games. I don't know what me and Barry are playing tomorrow.
Wolf Quest.
Has Barry got Wolf Quest?
I can't afford to gift it to him too, but
I
It's a
can
tenner.
gift it to him if you want me to. If he'll
yes, it's
play
like
it,
£10 or something.
if he'll play it, tell me and I'll gift it to him.
Okay.
So yeah, that might be tomorrow. Anyone else that wants to join as well is more than welcome.
You play as a wolf.
Yeah. Apart from that, tomorrow is, as I said, Kasuki Corner with me and Barry. Tuesday should be indie horror all night. Should be starting pretty early and going the whole time. Hopefully we'll get through a bunch of the stuff that have been in the backlog for a while because we've got so much stuff to get through. Wednesday there's no stream because I am out to a thing and Zeph is also busy, so we just thought we'd take a week off on Wednesday. Thursday is more indie horror. Again, I will do my best to try and get through as much as possible this week because we really need to get through some of the stuff. Friday should be something, and at very worst should be Repo in the evening. Yeah, so that'll be Friday. Again, we'll just see who's free for doing Repo in the evening. And then next Sunday will be more Dark Tide. So yes, that's our week's plan. So yes, thank you everyone for watching. We will probably just raid out to the ferrets, I think. Because that's probably the easiest thing to do. Let me just bring it up in the background. And yes, hopefully you all have a great rest of your weekend. And we shall see you all for weird and wonderful streams in the next few days. So yes, let me just where's the ferrets? Because there's only like 2 people watching, I might as well just raid the ferrets. Fair software. Alright. Take care, folks. See you all later. Good night.
Ciao.